absolutely glorious day today. There's more sunlight around than you might expect because this is the Sunlight T69L. This is a 7.5 metre low profile, produced by the Heimer Group. It's actually one of Heimer's entry-level brands, and this low profile majors on the fact that it has an island double bed in the rear. Let's take a look and see what this T69L has to offer. In here, if we take this as an example of a 7.5 metre low profile, there is very little in here that's remarkable, unusual or different. But what is good about this vehicle, although it's quite a basic interior, no fancy bling or anything like that, 99% of what is in here is designed to work well. So if you're an experienced motorhomer, or even if you're not, you should, if you look, discover things that are spot on throughout the vehicle. We've got the usual swivel cab seats, large dining table which slides to and fro in order to allow the person to sat on here to dine as well. This is actually in 2-berth, guys, although you can get a kit to make this into a transverse single bed. The first thing that struck me when I came in here was the quality of the upholstery. This is the type of upholstery you might expect to find in a motorhome, costing quite a bit more than this. There's a large fridge freezer, but it's not just the basic model, it's actually got SES, which is Thetford's automatic energy selection. Switch it on and it selects either 12 volts when you're on the road, gas if you don't have hookup, and mains as soon as you're plugged in on the campsite hookup point. The kitchen has a 3-burner hob. It's a typically continental kitchen, however in this one, which I suspect is the UK spec, there's a Thetford duplex oven. It doesn't take it too much space, but it allows you to do all the things that you want: baking, roasting, etc. There's also some very deep lockers, good drawer storage in the kitchen as well. To the rear we have the classic ensuite, which is the toilet room door opens across the aisle with a separate shower opposite, and then beyond that the bedroom. Plenty of vans do not provide any privacy for the washing facilities from the bedrooms. Now here it's very basic, but they've installed a curtain which does the job. The same applies to the cab. We have no fancy cab blinds at all. We've got curtains that go around which again do the job and actually can be a little bit cosier in many respects than the cab blinds that you might often find. Classic rear bedroom, island bed layout with wardrobes either side, the bed, and room to walk round it as well when the bed's actually in its longest position. And so what's good about this? A lot of island beds, and bear in mind an island bed, there's not so much length at the outside of the bed because of the radiuses, can come up short. This one nearly 6'5" long and almost 5 feet wide. So a superb bed, again practical, down to earth, simple, but it really works well. Underneath the bed and to the back you've got a very large locker, a door on either side. Sadly it doesn't come quite up to the 1 metre headroom that we at MMM like to say that is what makes a garage because you can load a bike, but it's 900. So I suspect that if you took the front wheel out of your full-size bikes they would actually go in. So overall, as an example of the breed, and bear in mind there are plenty out there to choose from because the low profile is probably the most popular type of coach-built motorhome in Europe, and both single beds and this one, the island bed, are the two of the most popular layouts around at the moment. What it does is it gives you everything that's actually installed in this thing is practical. It works. No bling, no nonsense with fancy stuff, but it just works really well. I looked at this van when I first looked at it and I thought, well, okay, so there's hundreds more like it. However, I've warmed to it during the test because I think the whole thing has been very well thought out indeed.